Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Welcome back to Into Tomorrow and ITTV. Thanks for joining us again this week. I'm Rob Almanza. Dave Graveline is out sick this week. He could really use some nice get well messages. You can post them on our Into Tomorrow Facebook page or on his Twitter. Follow @Dave Graveline. In case you missed it, last week's ITTV update features some of our favorite tech gifts for our digital moms. Did you snag a gift for Mother's Day yet? If you haven't, you're running out of time. Watch our April 29th ITTV update and you might get an idea or two. Check it out at intotomorrow.com. This spring season introduced us to more Android devices and you'll see more this summer. This week we're going to show you two of our current favorite Android phones, one with 4G and the other with 4G speeds. T-Mobile finally has an Android phone worth bragging about. The network, not so much. But we'll get to that in a second. Of course, we're talking about the T-Mobile G2X by LG. As an iPhone user, this Android phone really got my attention. The G2X has a nice, sleek design. It runs pure Android 2.2 smoothly. LG says it can handle 2.3 Gingerbread whenever the update is available. Has rockin' NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual-core mobile processor and HD gaming with 3D graphics. The dual-core processor really makes a difference when running Android. I think that's why we love this phone so much. It's got a 4-inch screen, great for video watching and game playing. Its touchscreen capability is very responsive. I was really impressed by it. Feels smooth when you switch from different screens. This phone supports Full HD 1080p video playback and can record video in 1080p with its 8-megapixel camera on the back. A neat feature we were recently introduced to mirrors a feature that I love on the iPhone and use all the time. It takes screenshots. Just hold the sleep-wake button on the top and tap the home button on the bottom. It's easy. I think this is the first Android phone we've tested that actually has this feature. The G2X operates on T-Mobile's HSPA Plus or 4G network with a little g. Using the speedtest.net app in several areas around our studio in Miami, the highest speed we got was 3.88 megabits per second download and 1.13 upload. Yay! Keep in mind that there are still areas that aren't covered in T-Mobile's 4G network. Depending on where you are, you might get better speeds than us. If you do, please be sure to let us know. If you're on T-Mobile, this is the phone to have right now. The G2X is currently available for under $200 with a 2-year contract and after rebates, or $500 without a contract. If you want real 4G speeds, then Verizon has you covered, mostly. Their first LTE 4G phone is the HTC Thunderbolt. Dave's been bragging about this phone since he got it. The design resembles that of the HTC Evo. It's about the same size, thickness, and has the built-in kickstand on the back. The Thunderbolt has a 4.3-inch screen, so it is bigger and weighs a little more than the G2X we just showed you. The touchscreen is pretty responsive, runs Android 2.2 well, and is powered by the next-gen 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. The Thunderbolt also has an 8-megapixel camera on the back and records 720 HD video. The 4G speeds won't disappoint. Miami has some areas that are still not covered by Verizon's LTE, but we did get download speeds just under 14 megabits per second and upload speeds under 6. When compared to T-Mobile, Verizon performed much better for us. Our only complaint with the Thunderbolt is the battery life because there isn't a button that easily toggles 4G off when you're not in an area that doesn't have 4G or don't need that speed. We installed the LTE on-off app on the phone and used that to turn LTE on or off. But even with that, the battery didn't last a full day. Of course, it will vary with usage, but 4G and searching for 4G does take a lot of power. The HTC Thunderbolt is currently available for $250 with a 2-year contract. Full retail without a contract is $570. So, which of these devices takes the cake? We're fans of both. They have their pros and cons, but it comes down to preference. Personally, the G2X would work better on a more powerful network, but without a doubt, it's a sexy Android phone. You gotta have that. What do you think? Which of these Android phones do you like better? Be sure to leave a comment below if you're watching us on YouTube or other video sharing sites. Most of our comments are read on our weekly radio show. You're also welcome to call and share your experience with us. Hit up 1-800-899-INTO. That's 1-800-899-4686. This portion of our ITTV update is brought to you in part by NewEggBusiness.com. Win big in Newegg Businesses Making Business Simple sweepstakes powered by HP. No purchase necessary. Visit NewEggBusiness.com/sweepstakes for contest details. Once you know, you Newegg. Good luck. It's now time for our weekly tech throwback with Chris Graveline and This Week in Tech History. Here's Chris.
This week in 1847, Mormon pioneer William Clayton got tired of counting the revolutions of a rag that he had tied to a spoke of a wagon wheel to figure out how many miles he'd traveled. So he invented the odometer. This week in 1927, the Hotel Statler in Boston, Massachusetts became the first hotel to install radio headsets in each of its 1,300 rooms. In 1928, WGY-TV in Schenectady, New York began the first schedule of regular TV programs. A very short schedule, in fact. WGY offered programming to the upstate New York audience 3 times a week using the mechanical scanning method. And mechanical scanning wasn't to be the wave of the future. It was electrical scanning developed by Philo Farnsworth that would make television available to the masses. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History. And while Dave is not with us this week, he wanted me to remind you about our cruise to the Bahamas next January. There's still time for you to take advantage of the benefits of cruising and at the same time learn about the latest technology and check out the cool gadgets. You'll even see a live taping of our Into Tomorrow radio show on board NCL's Norwegian Sky. Details are available on our website at intotomorrow.com. Just click the picture of the ship. Join us, won't you? It's affordable and space is limited, but you gotta hurry. This portion of our ITTV update is brought to you in part by Diskkeeper Performance Software with Intellerite, the only product available today that actually prevents up to 85% of fragmentation before it happens. Get it at diskkeeper.com. We'd love for you to join us on the radio on our international broadcasts where we answer a lot of your tech questions. Visit intotomorrow.com to participate and stay connected with us by hitting a like on our Facebook page. All the details are on our main page at intotomorrow.com. Thanks for watching. Until next week, sitting in for Dad, I'm Chris Graveline.